Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Flow off gradually. The rainwater drains into this big vat. A pipe through which liquid is carried away. Make weak. Life in the camp drained him. Emptying something accomplished by allowing liquid to run out of it. A gradual depletion of energy or resources. A drain on resources. Deplete of resources. The exercise class drains me of energy. Empty of liquid. Drain the liquid from. We drained the oil tank. Tube inserted into a body cavity, as during surgery, to remove unwanted material. Flow, run or fall out and become lost. Use up all one's strength and energy and stop working. Flow off gradually. Leave suddenly and as if in a hurry. Prove insufficient. Lose validity. Become used up. Be exhausted. Exhaust the supply of. A pipe through which liquid is carried away. A pipe through which liquid is carried away. Make weak. Make weak. Emptying something accomplished by allowing liquid to run out of it. General line of orientation. The river takes a southern course. Construction. A layer of masonry. A course of bricks. A connected series of events or actions or developments. The government took a firm course. As might be expected. A mode of action. If you persist in that course, you will surely fail. A body of students who are taught together. Education imparted in a series of lessons or meetings. He took a course in basket weaving. Move along, of liquids. A line or route along which something travels or moves. The course of the river. Facility consisting of a circumscribed area of land or water laid out for a sport. The course had only 9 holes. Hunt with hounds. He often courses hares. Move swiftly through or over. Part of a meal served at one time. She prepared a 3-course meal. Food for domestic livestock. Take in food. Used of animals only. Profit from in an exploitatory manner. He feeds on her insecurity. Give food to. Introduce continuously. Feed carrots into a food processor. Provide with fertilizers or add nutrients to. Move along, of liquids. The Missouri feeds into the Mississippi. Gratify. Feed one's eyes on a gorgeous view. Feed into. Supply. Her success feeds her vanity. Provide as food. Serve as food for. Be the food for. This dish feeds 6. Support or promote. Something that resembles a flowing stream in moving continuously. The museum had planned carefully for the flow of visitors. Fall or flow in a certain way. Her long black hair flowed down her back. The monthly discharge of blood from the uterus of non-pregnant women from puberty to menopause. The semen begins to appear in males and to be emitted at the same time of life that the catamenia begin to flow in females. Move or progress freely as if in a stream. The crowd flowed out of the stadium. The amount of fluid that flows in a given time. Dominant course, suggestive of running water, of successive events or ideas. The flow of thought. The motion characteristic of fluids, liquids or gases. Undergo menstruation. The act of flowing or streaming, continuous progression. Move along, of liquids. Water flowed into the cave. Any uninterrupted stream or discharge. Be abundantly present. The champagne flowed at the wedding. Cause to flow. The artist flowed the washes on the paper. Cover or swamp with water. A small stream. Have a particular form. The story or argument runs as follows. Perform as expected when applied. Does this old car still run well? Compete in a race. He is running the marathon this year. Become undone. A row of unraveled stitches. She got a run in her stocking. A score in baseball made by a runner touching all 4 bases safely. The Yankees scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Run, stand, or compete for an office or a position. Who's running for treasurer this year? Come unraveled or undone as if by snagging. Her nylons were running. Direct or control, projects, businesses, etc. She is running a relief operation in the Sudan. Extend or continue for a certain period of time. The film runs 5 hours. A race between candidates for elective office. He is raising money for a Senate run. Include as the content, broadcast or publicize. Pass over, across, or through. The act of testing something. Travel a route regularly. Carry out a process or program, as on a computer or a machine. Run a new program on the Mac. Flee. Take to one's heels, cut and run. If you see this man, run. Cause something to pass or lead somewhere. Have a tendency or disposition to do or be something, be inclined. These dresses run small. Stretch out over a distance, space, time, or scope. Run or extend between 2 points or beyond a certain point. Service runs all the way to Cranberry. The act of running, traveling on foot at a fast pace. He broke into a run. Cause to emit recorded audio or video. Keep company. The heifers run with the bulls to produce offspring. Change or be different within limits. Interest rates run from 5 to 10%. Deal in illegally, such as arms or liquor. Continue to exist. A race run on foot. She broke the record for the half-mile run. An unbroken series of events. Nicholas had a run of birdies. Reduce or cause to be reduced from a solid to a liquid state, usually by heating. The pouring forth of a fluid. American football. A play in which a player attempts to carry the ball through or past the opposing team. The defensive line braced to stop the run. Be diffused. These dyes and colors are guaranteed not to run. Move along, of liquids. Progress by being changed. Run through your presentation before the meeting. Pursue for food or sport, as of wild animals. The dogs are running deer. An unbroken chronological sequence. The play had a long run on Broadway. A regular trip. The ship made its run in record time. A short trip. Take a run into town. Be affected by, be subjected to. Run at temperature. Be operating, running or functioning. The car is still running, turn it off. Carry out. Run an errand. Cause an animal to move fast. Run the dogs. Cause to perform. Run a subject. Change from one state to another. Run amok. Cover by running. Run a certain distance. Make without a miss. Move about freely and without restraint, or act as if running around in an uncontrolled way. Who are these people running around in the building? Move fast by using one's feet, with one foot off the ground at any given time. Don't run, you'll be out of breath. Occur persistently. Musical talent runs in the family. Run with the ball, in such sports as football. Sail before the wind. Set animals loose to graze. The continuous period of time during which something, a machine or a factory, operates or continues in operation. The assembly line was on a 12-hour run. The production achieved during a continuous period of operation, of a machine or factory, etc. A daily run of 100,000 gallons of paint. Travel rapidly, by any, unspecified, means. She always runs to Italy, because she has a lover there. Unrestricted freedom to use. He has the run of the house. Used of heat, extremely. The casserole was piping hot. A long tube made of metal or plastic that is used to carry water or oil or gas, etc. A thin strip of covered cord used to edge hems. Playing a pipe or the bagpipes. A long tube made of metal or plastic that is used to carry water or oil or gas, etc. A fee charged for the use of pipes. A hollow cylindrical shape. A tube with a small bowl at one end, used for smoking tobacco. A long tube made of metal or plastic that is used to carry water or oil or gas, etc. Utter a shrill cry. The flues and stops on a pipe organ. A tubular wind instrument. Play on a pipe. Pipe a tune. Transport by pipeline. Pipe oil, water, and gas into the desert. Trim with piping. Pipe the skirt. Lessen in force or effect. Reduce the level or intensity or size or scope of. Destroy property or hinder normal operations. Become weaker. The prisoner's resistance weakened after 7 days. Lessen the strength of. The fever weakened his body. The act of removing the contents of something. The act of removing the contents of something. The bodily process of discharging waste matter. The act of removing the contents of something. The act of evacuating, leaving a place in an orderly fashion, especially for protection. The act of decreasing something markedly. The state of being depleted. Use up, resources or materials. Eliminate completely and without a trace. Kill in large numbers. Mark for deletion, rub off, or erase. Remove from memory or existence. Wipe out the effect of something. Serve oneself to, or consume regularly. Use up, resources or materials. This car consumes a lot of gas. Spend extravagantly. Eat up completely, as with great appetite. Destroy completely. The fire consumed the building. Engage fully. The effort to pass the exam consumed all his energy. Use up, resources or materials. Take in food, used of animals only. This dog doesn't eat certain kinds of meat. Use up, resources or materials. Worry or cause anxiety in a persistent way. What's eating you? Cause to deteriorate due to the action of water, air, or an acid. Eat a meal. Take a meal. We did not eat until 10 p.m. because there were so many phone calls. Take in solid food. She was eating a banana. Finish eating all the food on one's plate or on the table. Use up, resources or materials. Enclose or envelop completely, as if by swallowing. Use up, resources or materials. We exhausted our savings. Wear out completely. This kind of work exhausts me. Eliminate, a substance. Combustion products are exhausted in the engine. Gases ejected from an engine as waste products. System consisting of the parts of an engine through which burned gases or steam are discharged. Deplete. Exhaust one's savings. Use up the whole supply of. We have exhausted the food supplies. Apply thoroughly. Think through. Use up, resources or materials. They run through 20 bottles of wine a week. Use up, resources or materials. Require, time or space. Leave behind empty. Move out of. Excrete or discharge from the body. Needing nourishment. After skipped lunch, the men were empty by supper time. Devoid of significance or force. Empty promises. Become empty or void of its content. A container that has been emptied. Emptied of emotion. After the violent argument, he felt empty. Holding or containing nothing. An empty glass. Make void or empty of contents. Remove. Conduit consisting of a long hollow object, usually cylindrical, used to hold and conduct objects or liquids or gases. A hollow cylindrical shape. Anatomy. Any hollow cylindrical body structure. An electric railway operating below the surface of the ground, usually in a city. In Paris, the subway system is called the metro, and in London it is called the tube, or the underground. Conduit consisting of a long hollow object, usually cylindrical, used to hold and conduct objects or liquids or gases. Electronic device consisting of a system of electrodes arranged in an evacuated glass or metal envelope. Convey in a tube. Inside Paris, they used to tube mail. Place or enclose in a tube. Provide with a tube or insert a tube into. Ride or float on an inflated tube. We tubed down the river on a hot summer day. A waste pipe that carries away sewage or surface water. Waste matter carried away in sewers or drains.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.